if you spend dozens of hours every single week creating content, but you feel like you are not getting the results that you want, I'm going to share with you a very quick 4-step strategy or 4-step milestones and what kind of content works best for those milestones so that you can create a strategy yourself. You can focus on creating that type of content so that you can slowly build credibility and trust and you climb the ladder. Because one of the biggest, let's say, common mistakes is to not have a specific like a specific strategy on how you can do your market penetration, right? So how can you go from where you are right now? Let's say you are starting from scratch, from zero, nothing. How can you go from that to acquire some leads, to acquire some visibility, to acquire some trust and credibility and all this stuff when you are just a beginner? You don't have like, you've never built a 2 Club funnel, right? Because if you had in the past, then you could start very strong with how I've built this 2 Club funnel and everything behind it, right? So you if you don't have these kind of things, how can you create content that builds trust and allows us to get clients, right? And one of the biggest misconceptions is that you need to be fancy. You need to talk like, hey, how to build a 6-figure funnel, a 7-figure funnels, or how to make $10,000 to $20,000 as a coach a month using these types of funnels. And there's nothing wrong with these types of content. There's tons of marketers that do that. But the problem is when you do an action, you're gonna have a reaction. And that reaction is going to be people instantly judging you. They ask you questions like, do I trust this guy? Does he have the credibility to talk about this? Do I believe he has ever made that thing happen, right? And if the answer is no, 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 then you are not getting leads. You are pulling people away, right? You are instead of getting, helping people go to the next stage in your customer journey, you are just helping them to move away from you. So how do you actually start, right? Let's say that you're a beginner. How do you actually start? There's actually 4 levels that I want to share here with you of a journey. There's a beginner, where usually is just a technical level. And I talk about this extensively inside my academy. And if you really, really want to master each one of these steps, then I highly recommend you check my academy. It's just $99 a month, and I dive deep into this scenario. But you have the technical level, and the technical level right here is where people don't believe you have ever built a successful funnel. You probably never built a successful funnel. You don't really know a lot about business. You don't really know a lot about your niche, your audience. You are gathering knowledge. You are learning. You are building your expertise. So you want to understand what are your cons and what are your pros, right? So let's say, for example, pros. I am going to spend every single time that I have making sure that I do a good job. So I'm going to be super fast and devoted and other stuff. I want to say yes to almost every single thing, right? So these are advantages that you have over other people that are already more advanced or other agencies, right? So people that want to hire you in a technical level, there are people that they want more personalized kind of support. There are people that they want to pay less. There are people that want someone that delivers without, scamming them, and that is responsive and stuff like that, right? It's communicative and all that stuff. So all you got to do is you want to pick one specific technical skill. It could be design, for example, or it could be building, or it could be automations, or it could be whatever you want to do, or copy, whatever you want to do. You're going to pick one technical skill, and you want to make sure that you double down on content around that technical skill. You don't need to say how to build a 6-figure funnel, or how to build a 7-figure funnel, how to improve conversions. Like, you don't need to do that, because if you've never done that, probably you're not gonna be able to talk like someone who did, and therefore you're going to lose credibility. So you need to take advantage of what you know right now. You need to take advantage of the things that people can believe right away, so that you can get trust just like that. So what do you want to do, the types of content you want to do, and there's tons of them, right? You can do a showcase of your designs, design showcase. You can do design breakdowns, right? You can do you can do a time lapse of you building or whatever, right? You can do demos of what you work technically, stuff like that, right? So all these things, they help you tremendously because they're hard proof of what you do. And then people can extremely easily, like just a matter of half a second, they can judge if that's something that they like, they are looking for or not. So when you do this repetitively, every single day, day after day after day after day after day, now you are giving a lot of different reasons for people to believe in you, and you're giving them a lot of different reasons for them to hire you, right? Because they see, okay, I like this is cool, awesome, and then you create all these different touch points, and then your client, and eventually people are gonna say, okay, I'm gonna hire this person for a quick job and see if she's good or if he's good, and then see if there's something we can do in the future. Okay, so you are doubling down on this technical level, and that's fine. That's done. That's amazing. All you gotta do is making a lot of noise and making sure that you talk about these things that you've mastered already. Now, there's another question, which is, all right, that's all good, Pedro, but I'm capped at $2,000 a month here. Okay, cool. Let's say that that's true. Let's say that that's true, right? Now, there's the technical level, and then there's the creative level. The creative level is where you are a little bit, a little bit more. You already have a little bit more expertise in that domain, in that realm. So you don't really charge like an hour or low ticket. You start charging a little bit more, and this is where you can create bigger solutions, more and more specific towards something that you do. So, for example, some people here they choose to master a few sets of funnels. For example, a low ticket funnel or webinar funnel, or they choose to go for challenge funnels, or even they master like 2 or 3 at the same time, and then they create content around this, right? They create content on how to create a low ticket funnel for this, or how I've built this, and show design still. They show breakdowns. They show a little bit of strategy behind it. They show a little bit of and now here in this level, you can go a little bit deeper in terms of the psychology right behind it. You can examine other people's funnels and stuff like that, right? So now here, you are not just in the technical level. Now you have transcended a little bit more. Now you have meaning to the technical level, right? So now it's more creative. There's creation behind it. There's thought process. There's a critical thinking. So you can start sharing a little bit more about your critical thinking towards an industry that you like or specific types of funnel that you like. Okay, so now with this you did the jump. You jumped from one type of message to another type of message. And if you do this within a 3, 4, 5, 6 months time span, and you have been collecting case studies, you've been collecting past work, you've been collecting a little bit of social proof, right? Then it's a lot more believable. Okay. Now, what if you say, but Pedro, there I'm capped at $10,000 or whatever, right? Cool. Now that's the next level, and the next level is the full stack, where full stack is a term that, anyway, basically what it illustrates is that you now are not just building pages, you are building a full system. You are taking care of something that is even more meaningful, right? Which transcends the realm of a funnel, right? So let's say you have the funnel right here. So this is the funnel, represents the funnel, right? Design. So on the creative level, you work on the funnel. On the full stack, now you have these other levels right here and right there that are outside of the funnel spectrum that come before and that come after, right? So before the funnel and after the funnel. So before the funnel is built, what do you need? You need strategy, you need audience analysis, you need research, right? You need to understand exactly the positioning, you need to understand the offers. So there's a lot more going on around it, right? Then of course we have the funnel, and then you have post funnel. So you post funnel, you have conversions. Post funnel, you have automations also are a little bit of post funnel, like as far as follow up and stuff like that. So follow up, you have all these different things, right? Cool. So now at this level, you can start talking more around how to analyze the entire spectrum. So you are not just so much focused on how to change the button of the color, for example. You are more focused around how to put together a strategy, how to know how to price a specific offer, or what kind of funnel works best for a type of business or whatever, right? So it's more, it adds more expertise from your main expertise, which is funnel building, right? Now, of course, if you've been doing a good job, you can go for a full stack in 1 to 2 years of working as a funnel builder. Some people take like 3 to 5, and that's totally fine, right? 3 to 5, because there's a lot of stuff going on here. But if you are always investing in learning, and if you're always going to move forward and joining the right programs and stuff like that, you can, like, in 1 to 2 years, you can get to a comfortable full stack place. You are not going to be amazing at it, right? You're going to be a comfortable full stack place, right? You're not going to be the best, but you're going to be above average, and you're going to have a lot of leverage. And then you have the fourth one. So the fourth one is where you actually are an expert. So it's expertise, so expert, right? You are a niche expert. You are able to grab or to work on a very specific niche and understand exactly what are the best things that work for that specific niche. You are always on top of, the changes, the things, the updates, and you know exactly how to analyze a specific business and help them get to the next thing. So now here you have a lot of case studies around doing transformation. So this part here is a lot more about transformation than any other thing. And sorry. And this is the problem. A lot of funnel builders start to creating how to build a 7-figure funnel, how to build a 7-figure funnel, 6-figure funnel, how to make $100,000, how to build a peaceful business, or how to grow a business, whatever. Like, growing a business doesn't come until you are at least more than comfortable in the full stack, right? Growing a business or a coaching business, whatever business it is, it's around niche expert more than it's full stack, but you can actually help on the full stack. But the full stack is not even growing a business, is being able to become a little bit better in marketing, extracting a little bit more sales in marketing. So that's the main thing, right? So marketing here, so this one is all about marketing. It's all about getting conversions. And it's not really growing a business, it's more around conversions. But Pedro, if you make more sales, you are growing a business technically, right? But that's more deeper than that, right? So that's the main disconnect. So if you are creating content that is niche expert, and you are in any of these other levels, what happens is that there's an instant disconnect from you and your audience, and you're gonna have a harder time to help people take the next step. So this is why you absolutely need to know where you are right now, what's your level. You need to understand exactly what's your level, where you are right now, right? Then you want to understand exactly what you are going to leverage. And then you want to know exactly how you're going to position in a way that it builds trust with your audience. Go. Okay, so this is very, very important. And I do work with every single one of my students. I do work on this with my one-on-one programs, but I also have right now a sprint, which is a specialist sprint, which gives you all the information that you need to understand where you are, who you want to be, how you're going to target, how you're going to position, how you're going to create content, how you're going to sell your main offer, so that you can start specializing and slowly going, from any technical level or creative level, slowly going to the full stack level. So then when you got experience, you have worked with 10, 20, 50 clients, then you can go to the niche expert. Okay, so this is very, very important. It does take time to get there, but you can make a lot of money, make a lot of progress in between. But the most important thing is really having clarity on where you are right now, what you can leverage, how you're going to position, so that you build trust and you get people curious to learn more about it, right? So anyway, this was a quick video in terms of understanding where to start and the biggest common mistake in terms of creating content. And if you are creating content, if you want to get more leads from that, start thinking about this. Like, pause everything you are doing and then really think about the questions I ask here, the positioning, or the 4 different levels I mentioned here, and ask yourself, do a deeper introspective, like, who am I right now? What are my real skills, right? What are my real skills, and who do I want to become in the next 12 to 24 months? Who do I want to become? Where am I going? What is the trajectory I'm taking, right? Because depending on that, you have one position, another position, another position, so you can create a strategy around that. All right. So anyway, if you don't know, I do have two programs, very, very good. One is called the Funnel House. If you want to learn more about funnels and specialize in funnels, you can join there. And I do have my academy, which is a membership program that I help you understand more about how you can grow your business as a funnel builder. So if you are interested in any of these two topics, let me know, find out, or look for the academy, look for the Funnel House, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.